All right, we're on A2C1. This is the Atlas Mercury 36 mil wide open at a 2.2. Everything that you see will be not color graded, Rec 709 only. It's just the standard Rec 709. And just take a look at a bunch of different scenarios with this lens set. This is the 42 wide open. Camera position stays the same. And this is the 72 wide open. Now we will go take a look outside. This is the 72 at a T4. This is the 72 wide open, focused out on the horizon. And here's a focus rack from far to near, far, near, and on the tree. This is close focus. This is the 42. You can get a sense of the distortion, but we will take a look at the distortion more closely in a minute. This is the 42 mil. Close focus, it's kind of on the 50 on the focus scale.
This is at a 5.6 and back to a 2.2.
Here's the 42. Sun is going down, city's starting to look nice. Here's the 72 from the same spot. And here is what this shot would look like on an FX3. And in a couple minutes, I'm gonna look at what these lenses will look like on a variety of different cameras in terms of field of view. This is the 36. I typically like wider anamorphics, so I lugged this one a little bit further from home. But typically with anamorphics, I like them for what they look like in the wider focal lengths, like this 36. They're funkier, they have more of a bend on the edges, and they look more different from spherical, where the tighter anamorphics just kind of, they're not as funky on the edges, and they're more flattened out. Similarly to what you can see with the 72 Mercury, where, you know, the edges aren't as funky.
First of all, this is disconapz YouTube channel, my other YouTube channel. I do have big plans for it. If you need Zen vibes, check it out. You will see what I mean. I will post more there soon. Anyways, this is the 36 millimeter wide open, focused on me right here, and the sun is going down, but try to get the other lenses in there quick. Also, we can see a focus rack. This is the 42 mil. Again, focused on me, same camera position, focus rack. Next, and this is the 72 millimeter, and we are again focused on me. Haircut is looking good back here. And we are wide open, and the camera position hasn't changed. Should we look at some flares? I always find flares are a little weird to look at because it's kind of like you just point a light at the lens, which is not really how you would see it when shooting for real. So sometimes I just can't even make sense of looking at flares on lens tests online if it's just like a flashlight, but maybe we'll take a look. This is kind of ridiculous, but we'll take a look anyway. This is the 72 millimeter. This is the 42 millimeter. And this tripod, one of my favorite purchases. It's only bouncing because that tripod is broken. On to the 36. Ooh.
This might be a little more representative of a flare that one may see in real life. This is the 36 mil. This is the 42. and 72. Now this is the 42. I'm gonna do something that a lot of people might not know about, but next to your focus ring, there's another ring, and it's your iris. And if you raise the number, your background gets less blurry. So this is currently at a 2.2, but in a lot of scenarios, you might not want to shoot all the way wide open. For those of you that never saw that iris ring on your lens, this is a 2.2 wide open. This is a 2.8, and here we are at a 4. So on a wide lens at a 4, you can still see the background is blurred. Like the 36 millimeter that was wide open, even that to me felt too blurry for what I was doing, too blurry in the background. So it's wise to stop down the lens. I made a whole video about that before, but this is a 4 and this is a 5.6. So even at a 5.6, we can see the background is still blurred, but at a 5.6, things sharpen up. You have an easier time shooting and easier time keeping things in focus. This is a glorious T8. Don't know if I've ever seen it in real life before. It cleans the image up, brings the background in more, could make things seem a little more real at times. If I wasn't the first person to ever use a T8, I for sure am the first person to ever use a T16. This is a T16. If you don't know the rule, Sunny 16 helps you out in the daytime, lets you be able to do math to determine what ND you need. Let's look at close focus. This is the 72, and we'll move the camera in for the 42, and finally the 36. Also, we mustn't forget that diopters exist. Now I want to just look at a couple field of view differences for a couple different cameras. This is the same as what we've been seeing this whole time, the Mini LF, and everything will be in a 2:39:1 aspect ratio. Here is what it would look like on an FX3, Alexa 35, Komodo, the V-Raptor VistaVision, Canon C70, and last but most, Super 35 4x film, and back out to the Alexa LF. All right, that'll do it. Peace. All right, one more thing. Let's say that you want not as much bend here. If you wanted to utilize these lenses for something that maybe you didn't want to look as classically anamorphic as this. In DaVinci Resolve, you can go to lens correction, and typically I do this with lenses that have pincushion distortion and some spherical lenses to add a little bit of barrel distortion. But if you want to remove some of this, we can just go into lens correction and straighten things out a little bit so we can see this is untouched and this is with things straightened out. And I think this could be very useful at times. All right, peace.